everyone I talk to is saying, oh yes, we're going to put everything in the cloud and everything's going to be glorious. I don't believe in that. And a really big trend that you can already see now is you're not going to have the big box under your machine anymore, or your mum or your parents, or I don't know, you probably because you're going to develop. But the normal user is not going to have a big machine running away, chundering on Office or whatever. This is written in Google Docs, totally online. You can write it on my PDA, on anything. So you're just going to have everything being processed in the cloud and everything going to move into the cloud, and your handheld device or your computer is just going to be the output device. I mean, Amazon has got this cloud rendering service where you just get the images as a video, basically, and then and they render everything, so you don't even need a graphics card anymore. For objects specifically, more failover. It's still quite flaky if the network goes down, and there's a problem if something updates and then you don't really propagate the update, so caching is not done, because if the network's down, that's your object gone. Very simple. You can have multiple servers that hold that object and they synchronize to each other. But what happens if you update one object, and how does it propagate if they can't talk to each other? So there's a lot of issues here. And so failover. Currently I'm writing a model notation because more and more stuff is going to be software as a service and just plugged together. I mean, the US government said 80% of their software has to be off the shelf, and that is only manageable by plugging software as a services together. But there's no UML notation or something for this. So, and the idea is to integrate this into objc, that you have a notation where you just say this server talks to this server and it will do it for you. Private clouds, I think this is not really being realized yet. You can have a private cloud quite easily. You can just have 20 machines and have a few virtual machines you sell even or something. Lots of people think, yeah, we're going to buy stuff, but you can easily have a private cloud for your private data and then back the data up into the cloud. Let's say you buy storage from Amazon, you zip everything, you can compress everything, you put it onto Amazon, and that's your backup. But you've got your own little private cloud for access time, and you've got control about the data. So I think that's going to be a big hype. Payment would be really cool, and I haven't really got any plans for this. But let's say you've got this really, really good encryption algorithm, or this really, really good class that you publish to the world. And then you say, okay, everyone who uses or instantiates an object on my server pays me ½ cent, or something like this, so that you have a dynamic payment method in there. But then I don't know anything about money. More authentication, like a secure authentication. It supports SSL, but that you have a secure authentication, that you have passwords and stuff like that. Different output filters, for now, the output filter is only a shell script and a JavaScript. But this is already quite good, because if all your objects live on different servers in the cloud, the only thing you need is a little JavaScript running in your browser, and that will go off, and basically it instantiates a standard out object in your local browser, and then it will go off and get all the data in the cloud. Everything is done in the cloud, and you only get the output through your little JavaScript app, what is effectively called standard out, and you only get the result. Through this, you can have a very, very low power device or a very low spec device, and everything is offloaded in the cloud, and the only thing you need is a very, very small piece of software that basically just says, okay, give me the data. That's all it does, or uploads the data you enter into the cloud. And encryption is a big thing, and of course everyone in the cloud wants to encrypt everything and wants the same speed, but I haven't looked into that too far yet. Okay, and that's broken. I need your help. Basically, it's only me doing this. If you're interested, contact me, send me an email. If this sort of seems a little bit freaky, just talk to me. I mean, we can discuss something, and I can't do this on my own, and I even got a PhD on this, and 3 years is not even going to be enough for the protocol. So, open source, help. And now the idea is that we have sort of an interactive session thing that you ask me and I ramble about stuff. Questions? Well, was it too much, or I don't know? Yes?
Does it run right now?
Pardon me? Yes. If it's running right now, not on my laptop because I just formatted it. But if you go on objic. Wait. No. Shall I try to get... we can look at the screenshots if you want, but I don't have a running demo on my laptop, sorry. I can try to get one running if that's a general thing people want to see. Yeah? I excuse my background picture. So I'll just talk. Wait. So this is the object location file. Can everyone see that? No. How do I increase font size in Xterm? Control. Yep. So basically, this is the object location file. This is globally for the object server where to create the object. So now I'm saying int should be created at localhost and string should be created at localhost. Let's say you deploy this onto, I don't know, some server. The only thing you have to change to enable that it's not anymore on localhost is you say int at whatever server name and string at whatever server name. And then all the int and all the string objects in that server instance will run on those servers you specified. So let's see if the server will run. Seems to run. So now you have the user classes. So now you can see I've got the multi RTI, that's my bytecode. I don't know for what it stands, but basically that's my bytecode. That is then read by the object server. So if I say orun, which is the run, and actually we can look at the orun source code just to show you how easy it is. Basically, I just create an output object, and that's it. So this is all you need on a device to access any object that lives in the cloud. So that's with a lot of comments and debug output. That's 120 lines of code. That's all you need to run on a local instance. But now we'll call it, and we'll call multi, and we'll call 5. So now we'll have a look at the multi source code. So did everyone see that? So I call orun, multi is a class name, and I give the parameter 5. So then if we look at the source code of multi, examples. So basically main is the method that is called when you enter. This can be changed if you want to change it for your company. And then every